So welcome to part 3 of these CRaFTi Experiments water marbling with the DecoArt paint. So I really wanted to try and incorporate some strong metallic and glitter into some of these designs. I have no idea if this will work. I've heard that metallics don't work, but I just really wanted to see. And when I was buying these paints off of Budley Crafts, they also had these DecoArt paints, Extreme Sheen, in vintage brass and silver. There was multiple other metallics as well, and then also DecoArt Glamour Dust paint, which has got ultra fine glitter in the paint, and this one is ice crystal. So I really wanted to give these a go and see if we could get them to work. So what I'm going to do is basically just experiment. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit of each of them. Oh, don't know if that's mixed enough. I don't think that's mixed properly. I think yesterday when I did a swatch of them, I actually put a kebab skewer inside here to really mix them up properly, because I don't know what, I haven't properly used these paints. I only did a little swatch onto a piece of card, but they seem to have quite a few different ingredients in them that obviously give them that beautiful metallic shine. So I might want to tip that little bit back in and mix it back in and then tip some more out. So obviously shaking them wasn't quite enough to get all of the gorgeousness up from the bottom. But we want to give these a fair go and, you know, see if we can actually get that metallic finish. So maybe if I just scrape this off into here. Might make a mess, but we shall see. So I'm going to scrape that into there, possibly a little bit more, but I can put the lid on and squeeze some out. And then I'm going to clean the kebab skewer off so that I can stir the silver as well, and I'm not going through too many kebab skewers. So just give this a shake again, and then squeeze a bit more out. There we go, that should be a good amount. Then I've got the silver. Whoop. And stir this one up really good. This one took a lot of stirring last time. It's almost like clear at the top, whereas that one was more like black at the top. It's beautifully metallic down the bottom. Just got to get it all mixed back together. Right, let's scoop this out and scrape this into this pot. Okay, and wipe off the kebab skewer. Oh, I've got gold paint all over me now. And then shake this up again and squeeze a bit extra out. There we go. And then some sparkle as well. So I'm not sure if this, I mean this is probably just going to show up as white with a bit of sparkle in if it sticks to the paper. Then I just want to put a little bit of water in them because we want to loosen them down a little bit so that they will sort of flow and rest on the surface of the water. A bit more in the gold. Go. Right, and then let's use some cocktail sticks to stir them. So let's get the gold going first. My theory is, because they are DecoArt paints, hopefully they would be the most compatible to work with the colours, but I have no idea if they're going to work at all, so we shall see. But that seems like a good consistency. Okay, and then another cocktail stick. That might need a bit more water. And if they don't float on the surface or spread out or anything, I've got some ox gall, which is like the traditional surfactant that you're supposed to put in your paints to make them flow across the water. And as I was saying in part 1, when I'd watched Anne-Marie Ridderhoff's videos, where she made the size out of wallpaper paste, she was using ox gall to help get her acrylic paints to float on the water. So we shall give that a go as well. So let's just see to begin with if any of these will actually float on the surface. Oh, I got a cocktail. Oh, wow, that really spreads out. Okay. Wow. That's like completely dissipated onto the surface, but it's floating. Okay, so this might have to be like one of the last colours to go on perhaps, but that's spreading on the surface, so that's cool. Gold's working as well, so maybe this will be possible. And then let's try the sparkle. Okay, that is going. Wow. Okay, let's try putting these, let's try putting a bit of colour in the middle as well actually. Let's see what happens. Let's go with a bit of blue. Okay. Then go with some gold. Ooh, that's cool. The metallics really push things out, but it looks like they're working. I mean, I don't know how it's going to pick up on paper, but a bit of purple, a bit of silver. Wow. See, red paint pushes out a lot. Let's see what the red does. And then let's go with some sparkle in the centre. Okay, so let's just pick that up on a piece of printer paper. I've got a piece roughly A5 kind of size here as well. Let's try it on that. Okay, oh, so it's very sheer because it's really pushed out, but that has actually got a sparkle to it. I don't know if it will stay, but let's do some experimenting with some patterns and colours with the metallics in and see what happens. So I really want to try a peacock kind of design. I haven't got to that point in actually trying that proper pattern and making a double rake yet, but I thought if we experiment with some peacock kind of colours, so I was thinking these, maybe the deep violet and the gold. I was thinking gold would work really nicely for a peacock. So let's just load up the surface and create whatever pattern we feel like. So, not really sure what design we're going to get from this, but let's just go, maybe just do swirls. because that gold really does push everything else out of the way. But that is giving like a peacock kind of pattern. That's pretty cool. Okay. So let's see what this looks like, picking it up with the 300 GSM white cardstock. I don't know if the sparkle is going to show up at all, but we shall see. Ooh, there was a lot of pigment on that. Okay, so that was an awful lot of excess of the actual paints. You can see a tiny bit of gold on there, but I'm not sure how successful that is really, but that's a really cool pattern. I'm going to rinse it once more, I think. Okay, so I'm not sure the metallics are working that well, so this part of the video, this third part, is probably not going to be much longer, but I just thought, why not try adding a bit of black to the silver and a bit of 2 drops of yellow and 1 drop of orange to the gold, and just see if that makes, oops, sorry, the focus is going in and out, see if that makes any kind of a difference. Because it might just make a sort of metallic-y black kind of a colour. Might behave a bit differently if it's got the other paint mixed into it, I'm not sure. So should just mix that in and see what happens. And then for the sparkly one, let's mix in some violet and see if we can make a sparkly purple. Might not show up as sparkly purple, but we shall see what happens. So I'm thinking a sparkly purple with the silver, the gold, and then some deep blues. I'm thinking I might do something that I have not done before, which is start with some black. So let's put a black background down. Let's do 2 lines of black. And then let's go with our sparkly purple. Might be better to tip it. Oh, that looks cool. That looks really cool the way that's done that. Okay, might as well use it all. Just tip all of that out. And then let's do a bit of the actual violet as well. Then we'll go with some of the blue. It's not opening up much now we've put that sparkly stuff on there, but let's see what the metallics will do now. They still open up quite a lot. Okay. And then silver. Silver's staying a bit more discreet than the gold. Oh no, it is going now. It was staying a bit more discreet. Yes, I'm still not sure what on earth this effect is going to give. Probably similar to the other one where it's going to have really deep dark colours and then not much colour anywhere else. Let's try adding a bit more of the black to the silver, see what that does. It is still opening up a lot. Okay, and then with the gold, let's try a bit more yellow and a bit more orange in there. Because this looks so cool on the surface with the sparkle and the metallics with the black, but I don't know if it's going to really pick up very well. It's looking a bit better. It's not opening up quite as much. Let's try putting some of the concentrated violet back on as well. It's really not going to do anything. That's going to sink, that is, I think. Yeah. So I think maybe we've saturated the surface. There might be areas of this that are good to try and pick up. Maybe this. I'm not sure. Maybe this side would be nice to pick up. Or maybe that top area. No, let's go this top area. I think that'll look nice. Okay, it does come out with a silvery goldy kind of colour now, but it's whether that actually dries with a metallic finish to it, and there is lots of excess on that which I'm going to need to wash off. And that kind of looks terrible there. It was looking nice on the surface, I guess because I can see colours below the surface. So there's mostly a lot of excess black in those areas where it's really gone concentrated, where the metallics pushed it out. Okay, not that brilliant. So maybe creating your own metallics and sparkle doesn't really work that well. Not really very good. So I think this is going to be the end of this video, and I'll move on to part 4 where I'm going to try and do some proper flowers and like foliage and things as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!